In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Doing a thing for the podcast.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends Podcast.
It's got fucking flavor.
Yeah, okay.
No, it's...
I was worried. I was like, man, I want to take something special for the show for everybody to
It
smoke.
did not go
like,
bad.
I was like, but
these are amazing.
They're so old that I didn't want to hey, here's something special that tastes like air.
No, it's a good one.
Actually, so I've never smoked one of these with a V cut on it. Anybody got a V cutter I could slam home in this bad boy?
All right,
Thank you, sir.
Like any LaFleur, it's got a little ass behind it.
It's better than having a little ass in front of it.
Well, and I think that's actually probably the advantage to
It
having.
depends on the ass.
Yeah.
It's probably the advantage to.
For 3/4 of those sitting at the bar right now, it's got a more than a little ass behind it. Only a little ass behind his.
Yeah. But I think the perk of having old LaFleur is that LaFleur's, they start so damn strong that even with legitimate age, it's like if they came down to half power, they're still like,
Yeah.
That'll work.
all right, well,
Yeah, it's a good cigar.
enjoy, boys.
Gracias, what's the occasion?
I quit my job, so I figured.
Are we saying this on the show, or are we...
No, we don't need to say it on the show. Well, that and I got my house today. So
He just looked over like,
You quit your job at 724?
Okay, you guys ready?
No, I want to hear this before we give live. So any particular reason or?
there's a lot of reasons. I'm not going to blast the guy, but yeah, there's a.
Yeah.
Somebody posted something about masturbating children, and
It's really weird.
he had to quit before he got fired.
Yeah.
He's like, you do a podcast with a pedophile?
We're gonna fucking. Apparently, you guys masturbate boys a lot.
No, there was
And
some,
one kid.
there was some legitimate misunderstanding about the condition of what was going on and what expectations were and things I was told that turns out are not deliverable and things like that. And
Yeah.
so
What house did you guys get? Second part of that question.
nice little 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Actually, in Converse, I'm like 2 miles from him now.
Oh, dope.
So signed all the paperwork on that today.
Nice.
So now it's the 1 month wait, and I think we take possession. Projected possession date is the 22nd.
So you didn't close yet. You just
We just
agreed to
everything
close?
everything is done.
Right.
I handed over a bunch of fucking money orders today, and
Nice.
so,
Converse is so hit or miss, though, dude.
so
It's
this
like
is
you're either
the
in a great spot or
Yeah.
you're in dog shit.
and this
it's
is one
like,
of those
fuck,
we're in a
man.
great spot. So it's
But the next block over is probably dog shit because it's Converse. It's so weird.
It is
I
fucking-
had a great neighborhood and everything
Yeah.
around me was junk.
Yeah.
yeah. So
My kid's babysitter's over there. Same thing.
but
Great
it's
neighborhood,
it's
shit
that
everywhere else.
well, it's Converse barely because
Yeah.
like literally, it's 1604. You take a right, a quarter mile down is the entrance to the neighborhood.
Oh,
And then
okay.
So it's Converse because the
What's
the
the
city
zip
loop
code, but
literally pushes out.
It's closer to
to
like Universal
What's
City.
the exit?
It's actually. So it's you turn right on Rocket Lane, which is just a light off 1604 because it's
I know where you're talking about. Yeah.
literally at that light when you look across is Randolph,
Yeah.
the old airstrip, and then the school of
Yeah.
Randolph.
Oh, okay.
That's what's on the other side of 1604 from the light. So it's Converse because literally their city just stops at 1604.
Yeah.
If it was,
No, you're in a solid area.
yeah,
That's
it's
great.
fine.
And nobody's going to be building over there
Nope,
because there's
it's
a
an
base.
established neighborhood. Nobody's
Yeah.
going to be building across. The neighborhood went in like 2010, so it's complete. Like there's no.
D.R. Horton.
No, this isn't a Horton. I don't know who the builder
I think
is.
it's either.
I don't know who the builder is because it's privately held now.
I think it's Chesmer then.
But it's 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2,400 square feet. Has an and then a dedicated office, so it's actually
4 bedrooms. It's like my house.
functionally 4 bedrooms.
Yeah.
But it's also 1 floor, which
My
I'm
house is
a
a
fucking
4-bedroom
huge
with
fan
an
of.
office.
I
so it's
love
technically 5
1-story
bedrooms.
houses.
Like, Was it one story?
Yeah,
That's
I love
good,
one-story
dude.
houses.
That's because you don't have kids. If you had kids, you
Right.
want the 2-story. Get the fuck up there, and I never have to see your shit.
100%. Big thing that we like too is the house is separated, so the 2 extra bedrooms. It's not a Jack and Jill bathroom, but it's the bathroom, and then there's a bedroom and a bedroom.
Yeah.
And then on the other side is the office, and then there's a long hall that is like 10 feet wide.
Yeah.
And then on the right is the dining room, and then the back of the house is the kitchen, living room, and then the master is in the back corner. So in the evenings when we shut the house down and just want to like watch a movie or whatever, it's all just in the back of the house.
Nice.
I like that for security reasons too, because that means,
Yeah.
you know, I have response time because my bedroom isn't in the front of the fucking house and shit like that. So
Yeah.
good size yard. All of the planters and everything are already bricked in and permanent. And yeah,
Fucking A.
we're very happy. So
Fucking A, dude. Well,
in a month,
congratulations.
we're supposed to take possession on the 22nd. So
Nice.
I'll say congratulations then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want to pull your hair out between now and then, I promise.
yeah, no, 100%. But we're excited.
But he's just renting. He's not buying.
Oh.
well,
okay.
I'm lease optioning.
Gotcha.
Because when we were looking at the purchase thing, it was going to be 10 to 12 weeks to get an inspector onto any property right now.
Jesus.
Ugh. Yeah, I got a guy. I can get one fucking quicker than that for you.
But the agent that we're dealing with, that we leased it through, she didn't reveal until today. She actually owns it.
Oh, she's the owner.
So technically her husband is on the paperwork so that she can... So,
And oh, by the way, before you sign this, there's a slight conflict of interest.
well, so the great thing about that, though, is
Did you go in and shit talk the house in front of her before you knew it?
100%. No. No, actually...
Oh, this is a great house except for that bullshit.
No,
I
so-
don't know who the fuck would do that.
we
What
actually-
fucking
Look at this
idiot lives
goddamn
here?
yard.
we got to go...
Look at the stupid shit on the walls. What fucking dunce picked this color?
So, well, they were renting it to a dude that was here he's going through Air Force pilot training for C-130s.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So he rented that thing in March of 2020. I met the dude because we went and toured the house and all that kind of thing.
Motherfucker should have been at work.
Well,
Oh, Air Force, probably working from home.
oh, no. We toured it at like 7:30 at night
Oh, okay.
so that they could be there and stuff like that. But the house is in phenomenal condition. But they moved in March of 2020. March 1st, they took possession of the house. And like 2 weeks later, everything went on lockdown.
Yeah.
So including the entire DOD.
Right.
So he was like, yeah, I spent the first 6 months of my commission essentially
Here.
just staring at the walls because everything shut down. But anyway, yeah, so that's the reason. It was a good day.
Cool.
So I brought out something special to smoke. Anyways, fuck boys.
Fuck boys.
It's time for a podcast.
It is.
Time.
It's
So,
time for the Freedom Friends podcast,
Yeah, give or take.
which I believe is brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO. Screw yourself that fucking sweet. It wiggled. 15% off. And also our buddies, owellness.us, for all your CBD needs. They got the tinctures. They got the treats for you. And that freeze gel that is just so good. Use that code FreedomFriends25. Get yourself a quarter off your order over there. Fucking A, kids.
Is this week 2?
I think tomorrow we shut the code down. Yep. Or today, whatever.
Well, it had been a week since we announced it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, nope. That's why I asked.
Okay.
Well, we announced it last week, and you said that they were both going to run for
Yeah.
A week.
a
So,
two-week carryover.
Okay.
yeah. So,
And then, so, yes, this time next week,
The old code is
the
gone.
old code goes away.
yeah.
All right.
I'm not even going to fucking say it.
No,
Use code
don't do
FTFO.
it. See, yep.
Yeah, it's FTFO.
Which is freedom the fuck on, in case any of you people out there don't pay attention to what the fuck happens on
That's
this
right.
show. So,
This show, in a nutshell, 4 dickheads who drink copious amounts of booze, smoke cigars, and talk some shit. Here for another fun-filled installment.
yeah, that definitely still has flavor.
Jazz, this is nice, buddy.
It's a good scar.
Little present from you today, starting it off.
Well, so what are we smoking, Jazz?
Yeah.
So, this is original release La Flor Dominicana Limitado 3s. I can't remember the exact year that they came out, but one of the indicators of the age on this thing is that there's still a flower on the label.
Right.
La Flor Dominicana, geez, like
They lost their flower.
10, 12 years ago, got rid of it, took the flower off their band and just went to a script LFD on there.
Kind of like Land O'Lakes butter.
Yeah, so
Minus the racism.
so I've been a La Flor fan for a very long time. And when you have larger collections like a lot of us do,
Yes.
when you can find what is referred to as flower band LaFleur, it's got age
it's
on
not
it.
an LFD.
This actually doesn't say LFD. It actually
Right.
says LaFleur Dominicana on it, which stands for the flower of the Dominican. Because a lot of people don't know that the top of a tobacco plant actually flowers. There is actually a flower on the top of it.
And it's
There's
pretty.
not supposed to be.
If it's
The
being
last time
farmed-
we were at the field, there was
were they not
one,
were they
there
not
was
topping?
one
One.
tobacco plant that had a flower.
And I saw
And
it.
the lady that ran the farm was so embarrassed
Yeah,
because John pointed out, and
I
he's like,
saw it,
"Oh."
and I'm like, ooh, and I ran through the field and put one of our cigars up by it and took some pictures, and she's like, I was like, oh, it looks good.
So there's a couple of reasons that there's not supposed to be flowers.
Right.
We'll go on a little cigar trivia walk here. So they will do what's called topping. So they will let the flowers start to bud, and then they will top the cigar, and they will harvest the
plant.
The top of it, because all the seeds are in there. And a tobacco seed is itty bitty. For the size of the plant,
Yeah,
it is
they
not
are-
a large
It's about the
seed.
size of a tip of a ball pen.
Yeah,
A
they
ballpoint.
are
Yeah.
extremely
Really?
small. So
Yeah.
one flower can actually yield you like another 1,000 plants.
And
Like,
what's
it is-
what's a reason that they don't want to leave the flower on?
So one of the big reasons you actually don't want the flower is one, it will stop the growth of the plant, and a lot of the nutrient then gets pumped to the flower instead
Oh,
of going into the leaf. So for the health of the tobacco, the leaf itself, you actually don't want the flower because the plant essentially reprioritizes its nutrient distribution to get the flower to bloom and be beautiful for natural propagation of,
Right.
For
you know,
survival.
yeah, hey, bee or bird or whatever, come fuck with this plant and go spread it.
Sure.
But you top it, and then then they'll start creating seedlings in the greenhouse, and all that gets transplanted and stuff like that. So you want to top it because it's actually, for the leaf itself, is healthier to create a stronger, more robust, more flavorful leaf. So yeah, if you go to a farm and there's a bloomed flower, that's your tenders missed that one.
Now,
Like,
this is a huge field.
Yeah. it's
Huge
massive.
field.
Yeah,
And there was one single flower.
yeah, so
And she was so embarrassed. It was funny.
but there's not a lot of people even that I know in the industry that have seen an actual tobacco flower because
Yeah.
they get topped and you want the seed, and
Sure.
especially the larger growers.
I'd assume it's also like, almost like a crop control too.
Because you
wanna
don't
control
want
your
you also
crop.
don't want random seed
Yeah, you want pure.
blowing around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the other reason is so they'll harvest way more seed than they'll plant
Sure.
because of you plant 1,000 stalks, each one of them then buds, and you can top each one of those can generate 1,000 more seeds. But the major growers, especially the ones that have phenomenal strains, those growers then have the ability to sell that seed to other farms to be able. That's why you'll see stuff that, look at those little baby flowers. So
The one flower in the entire field.
yeah, and you can
That's
see
a big ass field with one
Yeah,
little
yeah.
tiny flower on
it's
it.
pretty easy, yeah. And what's
That's funny.
impressive is that you'll see them that big and there won't be a flower on the field, which just goes to show how well tended they are. Like
Yeah.
they're extremely, extremely well controlled. But that's why you'll see stuff that'll say like this strain or that strain or it's Havana seed or it's whatever, because those seeds they're propagated and sold off. Havana seed is quite possibly the biggest racket I've ever seen in my freaking life.
Yeah.
Because it like any crop, the soil is everything. So different strains from different regions taste completely different because of what it's grown in.
So it tastes like Miracle Grow.
Well, like Dominican tobacco has a flavor. Nicaraguan tobacco has a flavor. Regions of Nicaragua have different flavors. Regions of Honduras have different flavors. Brazilian tastes different. Mexican tastes different. Like they all, because the soil content changes. One of the big flavor profiles out of Cuba is that Cuba has an extremely high lithium content in the soil.
Yeah.
And that will adjust it. The biggest problem there is most of the farms are state controlled. Not all.
I was gonna say it also tastes like communism.
Well, the biggest problem is they never fallow their fields. They will literally harvest and replant into the same field, and they've stripped everything out of the soil.
Yeah.
So, and all the masters are gone anyways. So Cuba's existing on the prestige and not the quality.
Yeah.
Like 2 out of 3 Cubans that I've ever smoked don't smoke right. Like,
This last time we went to Nicaragua, I really learned what region I like the best.
which one is it for you?
Ometempe, I think, is the one I keyed in on, because we were blending the same blends and like changing just the different region of Nicaragua, and like we were doing like 2 or 3 different cigars, and each one that I liked, he's like, "Oh yeah, it's got that." So, yeah,
You'll key in because there'll be things like, well, you'll see stuff too, and they'll say like it's Esteli.
actually, it was Jalapa that I liked the best.
Are you a big Jalapa?
Yeah.
Jalapa's delicious, though. It's a great tobacco. But you'll see like Jamastran or Jalapa and all that kind of stuff, and you'll see like Esteli and all that kind of stuff. A lot of the Esteli stuff which is actually a city, but Esteli gets used as a key phrase a lot because it's gotten really recognized.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's technically a region.
it is
too.
technically a region, but even most of the blending that comes out of there gets pulled from all over that country. But
Yeah.
you don't really want a whole lot of mono region blending because the cigar tends to be flat. Like it's a one note. So you're just kind of, it's like I really like steak, but steak without any like even salt and pepper and stuff on it
S&P, the choice for me.
is just, it's one
You're
note.
fucking
There's
up,
nothing
bud.
to open up. So
Grill marks, bud. Grill marks.
but what you're smoking now, the wrapper actually comes out of Nicaragua, but the rest of the blend is actually all grown on Lito's farm in the Dominican Republic. So, and then the LG that I was smoking earlier is actually a Dominican Puro, and so which is there used to only be like 3 Dominican Puros. Now they're starting to become more and more common as some of the farms are selling off wrapper and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It used to essentially be Opus, LG, and every once in a while Ashton had one they'd release. I think the God of Fire was a...
It's the greatest fucking topic we've ever talked about, guys.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, getting all cigar nerdy over here.
I don't really know how to bring up this next topic, but
What were we talking about before the show?
I'll start it with the joke that I said,
Okay.
and it has to do with
Here, I'll shut you up.
Okay,
You ever piss in the shower?
oh, I've done it a couple times accidentally.
How the fuck do you piss in the shower accidentally?
Well, taking a shit and I just kind of peed.
Now, are you a waffle stomper, or do you just pick it up and drop it in the toilet?
I'm not picking it up.
So you just waffle
Yeah,
stomping?
that's the only way to do it.
Yeah, but what happens when your shower gets clogged?
Oh, I just changed the
you go.
shower head from like rain to like that massage
Yeah.
thing, and I just let it run till it just pounds it into oblivion.
That's why you get it on the wheels. You just tick, 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 tick. I dig it.
Yeah.
Get your toes a little dirty.
No, so you said that joke
You're in the
earlier.
shower.
You said the joke earlier, and it started a discussion.
Because there are fucking freaks of nature out there who can poop and not pee.
Yeah.
Which leads me to a story.
No shit.
So
there
no
was, or-
shit there
or
you
so
were?
shit there I was.
shit, there I was.
So, oh shit, there I was.
So, have you guys ever taken a shit?
Yes.
Yes.
Right? You get done, you flush, you wash your hands, and then you realize, I forgot to pee. Like, fuck, I still have to pee.
No.
Like, as
I
soon
don't
as you
think
start
I've
washing
ever
your
done
hands.
I
that.
don't think I've ever done it. 'cause
It's happened to me like
Actually-
twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always-
Can confirm I've
it
done that.
happens in airports. It happens. I don't know why. I must be not like I got to shit and get out of here, right?
Yeah, you're on time crunch.
Yeah, I'm on a time crunch. But the other day at home,
Huh.
I took a shit. I got up, finished, like washed my hands. I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, God damn it, I still have to piss. and then I had to put the seat back up
That is fucking
twice.
Yeah.
You know, like
It's happened to me once or twice. It's happened to me twice. And I know one of them, it happened to me like a couple weeks ago.
yeah.
And it's because I went in and took a shit and I had my phone and I started watching a YouTube video that was like,
Well, that's because
And
you
you
waited
can't-
long enough where you had to piss
You
again.
can't piss with a boner. I understand.
Yeah, no.
right?
No, it was
You know,
actually
it's gonna get all over the
the
place.
YouTube video was like 14 minutes long or whatever. So I'm sitting there watching the thing. I take a shit and I like never stopped watching it. So I like took a shit. I got my little wet wipe. I like wiped my ass or whatever, put everything down, went and set my phone on the counter, turned the sink on. And as soon as my hands hit the water,
You're like, gotta piss.
my body was like, hey, dumbass, you were supposed to piss while you were there. And I was like, son of a bitch.
So
and then they're like,
the iPhone, well, just smartphones in general, but I'm going to say the iPhone because it was really the first big one that did it.
Oh, it has changed the shit game forever.
Revolutionized the shitting game.
Yeah.
I used to have the back of a shampoo bottle memorized.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I knew that apple pectin went into shampoo for some fucking reason. Exactly.
Yeah, you read it, you're like,
yeah,
oh, okay.
yeah, like fuck. Like,
Speaking of which, have you guys ever seen that movie Evolution?
I don't think so.
No.
And it was about like this alien that landed, and it starts as like a little bug, and then it turns into like these giant fucking man-eating whatever. There's a scene in it where they figure out humans consume oxygen, so arsenic on the periodic table is a poison to humans, and they figured out what the bugs breathed in the same position with some chemical. And these two dumbasses, that because every one of these movies has to have that like meathead character or whatever,
Sure.
goes, oh, well, that's in whatever shampoo is like the equivalent to like Suave or whatever. And they were like, how the fuck do you know that? And they're like, oh, we pay really close attention to what's in our shampoo. Have you not noticed the glorious locks that we both have? And every time I see a shampoo bottle with ingredients, it makes me think of that fucking movie.
That's hilarious.
But that comes back to I knew apple pectin, and those guys memorized
Who
it.
the fuck knew?
It was the third active ingredient in their fucking shampoo regimen. But yeah, that used to be the thing. Whatever you just happen to have sitting around was what you read.
You having issues there, Justin?
Or do you remember for a while they used to make those tiny little books that you were supposed to keep like in your bathroom that was like random trivia shit? I think my grandmother still has one in the guest bathroom, so you have something to read while you're pooping.
I always appreciated the magazine rack that some people had.
I was just going to say, my house has a magazine rack in the shitter.
Yeah.
And I get so pissed because I get done and I like trying to balance my phone. Right.
I bought a shelf for my bathroom so I could put my phone on it.
I don't know, but I don't know what to convert this magazine. I'll take a picture of it next time. I don't know what to do to convert this magazine rack into something useful.
Right.
But a table that you put your phone on.
That's it. I bought this little triangle, like corner table, and it's like, I don't know, maybe 2.5 feet high, and it has like 2 shelves. So you can put your phone on it. Good to go.
Yeah. That's actually going back to airport pooping. It's one of the nice things about airport pooping. Is you're sitting there pooping in the airport and watching your phone, and now you got to finish up, but they've got that fucking industrial
the toilet paper
rack, and you just set your phone on top of that.
Yeah.
So you can fucking handle your business.
You know what would fit almost perfectly in that magazine rack, and Michelle would not approve. But if you walked into a gas station at a truck shop and they had the condom vending machine, it is almost the same size. I could get a condom vending machine for my bathroom. Don't know why it never get used, but I'm just trying to think what would fit there.
Who says it won't get used? I used one. I was with Justin actually when I tried to use it.
You know what you put there? Is get a condom vending machine, but just fill it with wet wipes, so that you can sit there, you can finish it, and then you can just turn the little dial.
That's a great idea.
And just fill it with wet wipes.
What comes in the same size of package as
wet wipes?
Yeah.
Do they? In the little weird squares?
Yeah, the ones you get from like a barbecue joint or something?
Yeah, those little fucking...
Yeah, that's true.
The wet naps or whatever. Yeah.
I didn't know Justin went that way.
Well, he doesn't.
Yes,
he doesn't.
please finish.
Oh, so that's why you tried.
So
you would just on a trip and had to buy condoms while you were out there. Were you worried that one of you wasn't clean?
Well, look at him.
Because it's not a pregnancy thing.
Right, look at him.
Anybody who
look
tries
at him.
to
I'd be far more worried about
anybody who tries to sneak guns to the airport, you wrap up.
And that's how Justin ended up with herpes of the asshole.
That's some white trash shit there.
So, Justin and I were coming back from Colleen from an event. This
definitely
is like
wrap up.
A year and a half ago.
Just being in Colleen. I think you're supposed to walk around with a condom on in Colleen.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's where my head was. Okay. Yeah. I was trying to be safe. Shit. Yeah. So we're coming back from this event. We stopped to get gas. And we go and take a piss. First of all, this bathroom was weird. The sink for both bathrooms, both the male and female bathroom, was on the outside in the middle of the gas station. Ooh. So it was weird. Like you would walk into this like hallway and there's a sink there with 2 doors on each side. It was like,
and you hope nobody ever like extends their hand to shake. Like, no,
like I'm watching fuck. But so I go in there and there's a condom machine. And I hadn't seen one in quite a while.
Right.
Like it's kind of a lost thing. It's like a payphone. Like you just don't see that shit anymore.
I just don't think I go anywhere that's quite.
Oh, it was a seedy.
That's what I mean. Is I don't think I go anywhere that's just quite sketchy enough to actually. It was on that side
of the. It was on that side of the road.
It's called Colleen.
Yeah, this was outside of Colleen. So to be fair, it wasn't in Colleen. It was on the way back, but it was between here and there, coming down at 281. There's not a lot there.
I just like that Colleen is so shitty that Fort Hood became even shittier for Colleen.
Yeah.
Like most military towns are pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Like Fayetteville blows. Like all of those towns, they all suck, right?
This goes back, Oceanside,
this
they're all
goes
trash.
back to you're a product of your environment.
Yeah, but most of the
But
time,
what came first, Killeen or Fort Hood? I don't know.
or Hood came first, and then because those towns always crop up to support
they
the base,
blow
right?
up right there. Yeah.
But like Killeen was so shitty that then Fort Hood was like, yep. But we got a kidnap murder ring in Fort Hood now, and it's like I'm totally blaming Killeen on that one.
Oh yeah.
Like, that was,
well, remember when we were investigating all that shit with like Vanessa Guillen and all that?
Yeah.
They found out there was like this cult out in Killeen that goes on base and like snatches motherfuckers and puts them in this fucking van.
Really?
It's like a religious thing.
Oh, great.
But they literally like snatching people. It's happened like in the past, and nobody's ever fucking said anything about it. That's like, what the fuck, man? Like,
because I guarantee people are like, well, it's
if there's a
clean.
condom
Right.
machine
They were
in
just
the
like,
van you get into, know that there's a problem.
well, I mean, at least they're being safe.
That's a good van to get in.
Yeah, right.
No, it's
It's a vending machine.
It's better than getting raw dogged.
I don't know if a van rolled up that said puppies, candy, condoms. I'd probably be like,
I like all
Where's the
three of those
ice cream?
things.
let's fucking go.
Is the ice cream.
So, anyways, this place had a fucking condom machine, and I hadn't seen one in a long time. So I was like, to be funny, I'm gonna use it, but I don't have change on me. Nobody carries 75 cents anymore. So I go to break $1 at the fucking counter, and the guy's like, "It's weird, man. Nobody ever asks for change anymore." I was like, "Well, you got a condom machine." He goes, "Here, I got one," and he just hands me this package. He's like, "We got one sitting back here. Don't worry about breaking your $1." I was like, "Thanks, guy. Whatever." So I go outside. It wasn't a condom. It was a little pack of lube. And like, I was like, I gotta see what this fucking gas station lube opens up. I open it up, and it was basically powder. It was like, it looked like sugary fucking honey.
You got to mix it with water.
And I was just like, no fucking way, dude. Like,
You gotta sprinkle it
Did
into
you
the wet
spit on
spot.
it?
no. I would have had more lube if I'd have did that. Yeah,
Well, that's probably what activates it.
water soluble.
Yeah.
Spit
It's like the
soluble.
glue for cigars.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
powder until you add mix it with water. And
Yeah, I don't think
turns
it's supposed to be the case for lube, man.
It's like Orbeez. Like you just,
It's like that dry graphite lube.
in- Oh. That fucking shit doesn't work.
Anti-seize. It's like anti-seize.
That shit doesn't work.
But anyways,
it's like the humidifier I got from you guys for the humidor. Caitlin watched it the first time I filled it up with water
Yeah.
and was just sitting there just like mesmerized watching the beads like grow back out. And she was like, oh, and I was like, you can buy these by like the pound. like
There's a lot of cool Orbeez
they're
videos.
called Orbeez.
Yeah.
And yeah, did you see that one where the dude got evicted? So he decided he was going to see what would happen if he put, it was a 1 pound bag of Orbeez into his toilet. And it destroyed the plumbing in like the house,
Oh,
not
did he-
like in the bathroom.
So he flushed them dry.
So we put him in there, but I guess like as they started to expand, they pushed themselves like past the P trap and then just started like running through the entire plumbing system.
Whoops.
And just fucked like the whole house. And it was on YouTube. I'll try and find it and send it to
a
you.
cheap method of revenge.
It was
duly
something
noted.
like
there's one of those kids
dude
like
did
Mr.
something
Beast or
like-
one of those guys who like
Yeah.
filled his fucking his pool out back with him.
But
They
it-
look like the most fun I've ever seen.
Yeah,
man.
right?
Like, I was like, dude.
Have you seen that interview? Mr. Beast was on. What's that fucknuts YouTube dude that's fighting now?
Oh,
Jake Paul.
Yeah. So Jake Paul, I guess, has a podcast.
Why?
Fuck, I don't know.
Because he likes money.
'Cause he's
The
big
same
enough,
reason he wants
yeah.
to fight people. That,
It's so-
you know?
But they had Mr. Beast on there, and they were talking about because Mr. Beast gets accused a lot of it's fake, like he never actually gives any of that money away.
Yeah.
And like it's all coordinated or whatever.
Sure.
So they were interviewing him, and they're like, legitimately, how much does it cost a month for your YouTube episodes? Because he puts out like one a week of all these crazy shit, and he was like, average month costs us $10 to $12 million
Oh, my
to produce our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So I was like, because it's
legit.
it's real.
He
Like,
gives his friends all that fucking money.
so
and
that
shit.
shit where it's like the last person with their hand on this stack walks away with $1 million, but we're gonna throw all these crazy challenges at you for 36 hours or 48 hours or whatever. If that dude actually makes it, he walks away with $1 million. Or that shit where they bought the whole car lot of used cars and then gave them all away to people that came in.
Wow.
And they gave away like 40 cars.
Yeah.
And it was one of those like buy here, pay here. People are
Yeah.
trying to get them so they can go to work, or like their
Yeah.
daughter's going away to college and they
Their
just need,
credits shit or
and they
whatever,
just
yeah.
give away these cars. And it's like, I don't know. I didn't know like, I know you could make money on YouTube. I didn't know that your view count could get high enough for that.
If I could figure out how to make that much money, where I could just help people like that, like that'd be awesome. What a great gig, right?
Dude, if you ever get to the point where you're going to issue me a challenge to give me $1 million, but yeah, call me.
Yeah, fucking
really, dude,
I'm in.
You're gonna sit in this circle, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna chuck random fucking sear challenges at you for 36 hours, and if you make it, you can have the $1 million. Yeah, call me.
Yeah, like, done and done.
Yeah, I'm in.
I've done a lot more stupid shit for a
lot less money. Yeah,
fucking, I'm paid to do more stupid shit than.
So, I got a question, fellas. We were talking about pooping. Are there certain places that make you have to shit?
Certain places?
For instance, every time I'm in a Home Depot or a Lowe's, I have to take a poop.
No.
It's like every fucking time. I don't know if it's the smell of lumber or what the fuck, right? But every time. Airports are another one. I always shit in airports.
I always shit in airports.
Yeah, like I don't know
what
that
I think that is I think it's the 2 or 3 hour flight.
Yeah, you're thinking ahead. You don't want to poop on the plane.
Maybe, yeah. But you know what? I wouldn't mind pooping on a plane.
Dude, I straight up, every time I've had to shit on a plane, I felt never so bad about it.
Once shit on a plane.
I have on like the long hauls.
I
have not, like going overseas and shit.
I've only pissed once on an airplane.
Really?
One time yeah.
Oh no, I'll piss on an airplane every time.
Yeah.
Now
Jazz has a bladder.
Well,
that's extremely true. So, but like when I shit on a plane, it's almost always the international stuff.
Yeah, it's longer. It's like, long hauls.
You know, Houston to Dubai. It's like you're gonna shit. Yeah. So like you're on that plane for
or even if I'm like doing
14 hours.
If I'm doing like a fucking all the way like when I lived in Maryland and I would have to go back to California, like that's a long fucking flight. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, there's a 6-hour flight. I might have to take a shit during it. Whatever, you know. But here's what I would do though.
Although shitting
in first class. Like I'm going up north.
The thing is that on like Emirates or like Air France or any of those shitting on those. Fucking I'd rather hang out in the bathroom than my seat, to be honest with you. It's fucking ginormous. Like,
have you
walk in there and it's like, this bathroom's the size of the one in my house. This is fucking insane.
I got upgraded to first class on Emirates once.
Dude, it's next level.
I'll never be able to fly. I've never been able to fly since without fucking like just being, look at this peasant shit.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Dude. You can fly first class on Delta or whatever else. You fly first class on Emirates.
It's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing.
You're given like a little pod.
Yeah, you have a room. You have your own room. And like your bed folds down or your chair folds down into a bed. You have a fucking TV. And I don't mean like a fucking
No, it's like a 27-inch TV.
It's like a fucking TV in your fucking...
It's all touchscreen.
So here's the question.
They came by and brought me slippers.
Videos. You get slippers.
You take your shoes off. They bring you slippers. Dude, they brought me a little mask.
There's a shower. You can fucking schedule your shower time. Yeah, and you go and take a shower, and the shower's fucking bigger than the goddamn cockpit.
Here's the question:
there's a stand-up bar where you walk up to the bar and order drinks. There's a bartender. Fucking.
Oh my god,
that's not Emirates.
That was Emirates.
Give us money.
That's not Emirates. Is dry because it's owned by Muslims.
Oh, they changed that, I guess, because I've definitely gotten drunk on Emirates flights.
Well, Emirates is owned by the UAE.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they
so is Dubai.
Dubai is one of the weirdest places I've ever been in my fucking life, because you'll land and it's a dry country,
but you go to Irish Village and get fucking wasted.
But then you go into the hotel, and these hotels you check in with a passport, and if you check in with a passport, like I went last time I was in Dubai, we had an overnight flight, so we had to stay overnight. Our next flight to Africa wasn't until the next morning, so we were in Dubai for like 14 hours. So you leave, you go check into your hotel with an international flight. So you check in with your passport, and literally in the bottom of the hotel was an Irish pub. And I don't mean like
a full-on Irish pub.
And I don't mean like stateside where it's like, oh, it's an Irish pub, but it's like Mikey behind the bar.
No, it's a full-on like. So apparently, there's a large Irish population in Dubai.
I would be happy if half the Irish pubs I went to, Mikey was behind the bar.
Sure,
I would be totally okay with that.
I walked in and a straight up,
thanks, buddy,
and a straight up could barely understand what the fuck he was saying to me. Mick was behind the bar, and I was like, and I walked in, and the only thing I caught when I walked in is that dude just went pint, and I was like. Yes.
Fucking
and he brought me like a 60-degree pint of Guinness. And I was like, holy shit, they're even serving this shit at like cellar temp. Like not cold. It's just like room temp. And then I was like, and I don't understand what the fuck else he said to me. I just started pointing to shit on the menu. I was like,
Sure.
this.
Bangers and mash. Bring them.
Yeah. So, but it was like, and then the pool section that was surrounded by hotels was sponsored by Budweiser.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the weirdest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But if I had flown there with my wife and was walking down the street holding hands, you can get arrested. I was like, this is...
but we could walk down the street holding hands.
It would be fine. It's Thursday.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Well, if it's a Thursday.
I think any day you can hold hands.
See, I've seen that happen all days.
Yeah.
So
Well, you know why it's Man Love Thursday, right?
Yeah, because
Mosque is on Friday.
everything's forgiven Friday. Yep.
Oh.
That's like Friday is their Sunday.
Speaking of which, can
Essentially.
we do a small Afghan update? Have you guys seen what happened?
What's the latest?
So this is as of like Friday. So this is about as fresh as we can get it, right? So they have announced to the international community, and I mean like the entire international community, because the report that I read was from the UN. So this is like, they are being very public with it. Afghanistan is bringing back public executions.
Yep.
Any universities have already become segregated. So there's male and female classrooms in all higher education. Standard education will no longer be available to females above the age of 14.
Yep.
So you have to go from 13 to college. That doesn't make sense.
Well, that's how they're fixing it, right? So you can go to school till you're about 12, and then that's it. Any physical contact with a female in public is the female can be punished for it, because that's just how it works. And when everybody did pushback on this, the Minister of Public Safety and International Relations for Afghanistan said, this is how our country interprets Islamic law. So this is religiously protected, and you can take no action against it.
Yeah, it's Sharia law.
But they did not say Sharia. They said this is our country's interpretation of Islamic law. So my big question is, all of these United States-based Islam as a religion of peace, why the fuck aren't you super vocal about what the fuck is going on with this Muslim country, when with our last president, all of you were, he's going to deport us all because he hates Muslims, but now your religion that's supposed to be protected is going to hold public executions.
Even if they were vocal about it, we're not going to do shit about it.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. I don't understand how quickly this can be just, oh, we're blind to what this is. It was all well and good when we were maintaining the peace, because this religion of peace was a protected asset. But now an Islamic State says, this is what my religion says is right. You're not sitting there going, no, the rest of this religious community says this is fucked.
This is what I know.
And nobody said fuck all.
I spent about an hour this morning sending messages and trying to contact people, because my QRF driver from my last contract reached out to me and was like, I can't leave my house. The Taliban threatened me. I have an approved visa.
Yeah.
I don't have a passport, but I have this other document, and my visa's approved.
Sorry, that was the other update. There's a campaign, ad campaign that's supposed to be going on over there to maintain public education and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Our current government has cut our spending on that campaign, which is essentially just a women's rights campaign, because it's an educational campaign, but the real thing we're fighting for is you need to let women be educated.
Yeah.
We have cut that to, I think we're only going to spend $1 million a year, which is essentially enough to pay the admin staff, which means that we're done advertising. And we have capped what we are going to allow refugee-wise into the country to 150,000. That's all we are going to save from Afghanistan.
You know why?
That's it.
You know why that is? Why we're capping the Afghan refugees and not all the other immigrants?
Because they would vote accordingly.
Because they would vote a certain way, more than likely.
Yeah.
I got an idea for Afghanistan. Nobody's going to like it, but I think it might work. In theory. But it's a very large area to turn into a sheet of glass. So to make unless it's a very coordinated strike in multiple places, and there'd be a lot of pissed off people. You just drop, I don't know, 50, 60 nukes.
Yeah.
You only need like 3. What you do is you just fly over in a helicopter every day, same time, and you just drop $1 million out of the fucking helicopter every single day for like a month. And eventually everybody's just going to flock to this one little area trying to grab some money because you're just tossing out in the fucking streets. And then one day, instead of the helicopter coming over, you drop fucking...
I think you have this wrong. I like the first part of this. You drop $1 million, right? Because what did we spend in Afghanistan?
But you do it like every day for like a month.
Okay, so we spent $30 million.
But what did we spend?
And jet fuel.
What did we spend in Afghanistan?
It's not
right.
What was
Trillions.
Trillions.
Well, I think it was 9.2 trillion.
Yeah.
So just start paying everybody who's not a fucking Taliban. Like, drop the $1 million. Let them fucking defend themselves then. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
But the problem is we don't know who it is. We've
I
trained
know.
up all those motherfuckers over there.
there's nothing we can do.
And they
then-
just
At
fucking
this
they
point,
just
like
threw
that-
the shit down and walked
like
away.
that picture that came out of everybody that took over the presidential office and everybody's standing behind them with like amazing trigger discipline and everybody's at the low ready and shit like
really
that. I'm
weird.
like, that is American standard right
Yeah.
there. Like,
Yeah.
that is ridiculous.
Yep.
Like, you have no idea. And then when, you know, all that statement about, well, we have 300,000 Afghan regulars that we trained against 70,000 Taliban. And then fucking news sources that I hate were showing video of Afghan regulars and Taliban running the same checkpoints.
Yeah.
It's so...
I don't know.
I appreciate what you're saying, but there's no fucking way to go like...
No, it's a lost cause. But you can't just nuke it. I mean, that's stupid. The only thing you can nuke that would do any good is Washington, D.C. I'm going to stand by that.
It's insane.
You know,
It's just
like,
insane.
They should have just kept all the Blue Force trackers on all those fucking vehicles.
Yeah.
And then just been
Precision
like,
We should have just
strike.
left the Harris system in there and just been like...
push the button
Yep.
and just
I just don't understand where...
Keep everything on. When it
How they
starts
were-
moving,
They
follow
were
it. When it
so
stops,
loud.
send it.
I
Yep.
went to college with this Muslim chick, and I don't give a fuck. I'll call her out all fucking day. I don't. She's beyond hypocrite. So when Trump got put in, she literally was like, "I fear for my family because he's going to deport all the Muslims and da 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 da." All of this anti-political. We're not safe, you know, we're going to be persecuted just for our religion or whatever.
Sure.
And now you have an Islamic country that is literally just going to start and by the way, this chick's a lesbian too. So she's a gay Muslim.
Guess what would
Go
have
explain
happened?
that to
Guess
me.
what would have happened to you, sweetheart?
Yeah. But nothing.
You'd have lost your tongue before you ever got to lick
Apparently-
one.
How's that go? Sticks and stones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But apparently public execution and subjugation of women and all that kind of stuff in an Islamic country, totally fine. Whatever.
You know what,
I
though?
can,
Like, I kind of think that, like, I don't know, all of that stuff is the other country's problems, right? It shouldn't be our fight. It shouldn't be our fight. They need to stand up for themselves, and they need to either fight it or die trying.
no, and I totally
Right.
agree with you as far as Afghanistan is concerned. I
But I
just
mean-
want to know what is the trigger on when being vocal about all this stuff.
Where's the hypocrisy?
Yeah.
when does
end?
it
Yeah.
what triggers like I can't even figure out why certain people decide to talk about shit. I'm just like, so when and this is still about you. Like, Trump was going to get rid of all the Muslims. He didn't fucking deport anybody, but sure. Okay, fine. You're going to be super vocal about that. But now you're watching your religion that apparently was so important to you that you thought it was going to deport you from the country, even though you were fucking born here. Your dad owns multiple businesses.
Yeah, you're
Like,
definitely not getting deported.
You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But now this is happening and we just don't like, what the fuck? Like, I don't understand. And part of me's really kind of weird about it and sort of proud that apparently our country, we have it so fucking good that people can be that selective about when they want to bitch and when they don't.
Well, and
like,
I don't think
how amazing it
I don't
is to
think
be
the,
here.
The problem isn't the people of America, right?
Yeah, it is.
Like, no,
The problem's the fucking news cycle.
the problem is the politicians in the news, right?
Yeah.
Like, we go all over the country and I'll talk to anybody. I don't give a fuck, right? I'll talk to anybody. And you can get along with literally anybody. It's possible. But the politicians on both sides lie about everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
About everything. Like there is not in the news, there's not been a truth told in politics and the news.
I'd say in 15 years.
In probably 15 years.
I'd say 15 years.
Oh, it's longer.
One of my favorite ones recently.
Oh, yeah, it's longer than that.
One of my favorite ones recently is the horseback border patrol guys that were whipping the migrants.
Oh, yeah.
And even the president of the United States, Biden, chimed in and says that, these people will pay.
Yeah.
And then the photographer that took the fucking picture was like, yeah, that didn't
that's
happen.
not what was going on
That's
here.
not real.
All the video that came out, all the fucking sworn statements that came out that were like, no, none of that.
Have you actually seen
none of that went
the
down.
horse community has come forward and been like, we just want to tell everybody what split rein riding is.
Yeah.
So when you have a horse, if you notice that he's able to like make that horse do like an 18-inch move left, right, back, like all that kind of stuff, it's called split rein riding. And what he's doing is those split, instead of just being a loop, it's two separate pieces of leather thong that come back. And that excess length is actually what he uses to tap and steer the horse.
Yeah.
That's what that's for. So yes, you see it moving because if he's whipping's
a strong term.
Very strong
Anything,
term.
it's the fucking horse he's on.
Yeah.
Like, I watched the video too, and all that dude does is he's trying to like juke left and right in the water.
How a comment from the president can be made about these border patrol agents riding these horses, and then their horse privileges.
Hold on, I'm going to edit your
Hold
sentence
away.
because what you actually need to say is how a comment from the president is actually English.
Right.
Is where we need to start.
But how he can say this within hours of this photo happening.
Because they handed him a Post-it note
But
that had that on it.
But there's drone footage that the FFA or FAA tried to like suppress of all these fucking immigrants. Not a word. Not a word. Nothing can be said about
The
this.
question that we really need to ask is if you
God.
watch the angle of that video, that angle of that video is on the other side of the river.
Yeah.
Where
I saw this on one of the news
how
channels.
the fuck was that shot?
I saw this on one of the news channels. The question that needs to be asked, if you see that picture, and it's blurred out in every news channel that you see,
Sure.
but it's a naked kid in the background of the picture. So everyone's worried about this horse and all these migrants, but they're not worried about this naked kid in the middle of the fucking desert.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, where's the outcry for that? And then the other part of it that fucking absolutely blows my mind, and I know for a fact that this is law in our country, and it somehow has gone away, and nobody fucking, well, common sense people believe in it, but government and a lot of other people don't. What happened to innocent until proven guilty? Now it's guilty until proven innocent.
Oh, yeah, dude. Court of public opinion fucks everything up, man.
It's not even guilty until proven innocent. It's guilty until I find the next thing that I want to rail about.
But
then
like-
we'll just
like,
forget about whatever
why-
the fuck just happened.
why
Once the news cycle changes, and we forgot about that.
Yep.
And why should I follow any laws in this country when the government doesn't even follow half the laws?
Yeah.
They
What
get
a
to
good
pick,
case in point.
They get to pick and choose the
Hillary
goddamn
should
laws.
definitely be in jail.
When the president of the United States,
Fauci should be in jail for perjury right now.
when the
He straight
president
up
of the
perjured
United
himself.
States indicates somebody's guilty before they're proven, we got a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Unless, no, you're not always right, John. I will give you a for instance. I will give you an innocent until proven guilty.
Okay.
Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
Yeah, it only works when it's family. Other than that, everybody's
that was
guilty.
Russian misinformation until recently, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, that's mostly true." Okay, but if it's mostly true, there's a lot of fucking emails in there that are awfully incriminating. Like they fucking the president of the United States is guilty of breaking laws,
Yes.
taking bribes from China and bullshit in that
Yep.
Ukraine,
Yep.
like. We just forget about it.
Quid pro quo
Yeah.
like a motherfucker. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, dude, the hypocrisy's gross, man. Like the whole thing fucking bothers me.
You know, and-
and the thing is that nobody, you try to explain that to people, you know,
Yeah.
nobody wants to fucking listen. Nobody believes you. Nobody thinks that you're know what the fuck you're talking about or whatever. And it's like, yo, dude, like
the president is pissed off at you, John.
Yep.
Well, the fact, man, I don't know.
The president is
I'm
pissed off
about.
at you for not getting the vaccine.
yeah.
But he raised a fucking crackhead piece of shit son.
Yep. Well, he didn't. Somebody hired
you need
him.
to keep in mind.
But it's his fucking responsibility.
I think my favorite thing
you
recently.
can't even control your fucking offspring. And you're trying to tell me what the fuck to do?
Are you kidding me?
Fuck yourself.
That man, that man can't
Like, really,
control his
you know?
bladder, let alone anything else.
Dude, my favorite thing that he said lately was when he was talking about the hurricanes and all this. And he's like, the most important new thing you can do
Is get
to get
vaccinated.
ready for a hurricane is to get
Yeah.
vaccinated. And I was like,
Hey, let's
what fucking planet are you on, guy?
let's not
Like, what the
forget
fuck?
about the fact that any company with more than 100 employees is required to either test or vaccinate.
Yep.
The rest of the population of the United States is supposed to vaccinate, but there is no vaccination
government-
mandate for the employees of the U.S. government.
No, sir.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like,
Sir.
I just love the fact that me, as unvaccinated,
Piece of shit that you are.
Yep.
yeah,
You
you
fucking
fucking dirty
trash person.
son of a
goddamn
bitch.
right,
Yeah.
I have to get vaccinated so I can protect the vaccinated.
That
Because
are protected
clearly
from
the vaccine
vaccine.
doesn't protect people,
Correct.
because if I don't have the vaccine,
Biden got the booster today, and part of me wants him to backfire.
Part of you, 98% of me.
Dude, I was
so
in,
how many
Wants
people in
it
the
to
United
back.
States got COVID?
Altogether,
Yeah.
like what, 700,000?
No, there's
three-
it was like
there's-
72 million or
No,
something.
there's
Like,
like-
it's an insane number.
It's like
They
3
got it?
It's like
got it.
3.3 million.
Producer.
I know that
No.
fucking 5%, 1 to 5% get hospitalized. I
that
know
got
that.
it. 1 to 5% get hospitalized,
No.
and then it's like 0.08% it was lethal. Got it is a totally different number over
True.
it was actually dangerous.
Well, yeah, because you and I are in that
I think
fucking.
what we're trying
Yeah.
to figure out here is how many of us have natural immunity.
Well, so the funny thing is that they're saying that the vaccinated can actually turn into super carriers because the vaccine does nothing but suppress your
symptoms.
symptoms, but you're still carrying the fucking virus. So you're vaccinated, but you're just spreading it around because you don't feel bad.
So okay, by this logic,
You might have fucking gave it to Jazz.
all of the vaccinated people
are actually more dangerous than the unvaccinated.
Yes, I'm. Fuck, I forgot I was vaccinated. I was going to say all the vaccinated people should be having to wear masks.
Yeah.
but I will not.
Okay, so there's been 42.9 million cases
There you go.
in the United States.
Right.
Okay.
That's who have
Okay.
had it. And then you have to start getting into the
So about 1 to 5%.
42 million out of 340 million.
That's a good portion.
It's a good chunk.
Do you have the deaths, John? Because
So that's about 12.6% of the population.
So Justin, how many deaths out of that number?
688,000.
That's not even worth doing math.
But that's
Yep.
that's not even an accurate number either.
That's
No,
also true because they
because
don't
that's
know
not-
if it was the
that's
fucking
not
flu.
died of
That's
COVID.
It could have been
tested.
anything.
Yeah.
So
that's like I love Gary to death, and he's a dear friend of ours.
Sure.
Right? And he's a great friend of the show, and everybody's known him for years. How long did Gary smoke?
I think Gary's born with a cigarette in his mouth.
Right. So here's the deal. COVID doesn't attack the respiratory system. Like that's what it does.
Sure. It's a SARS virus.
When you exactly.
Yeah.
It's actually the full name of it is like SARS-CoV,
SARS-CoV-2.
SARS-2, whatever. Like it's a respiratory virus.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you are 60 and you've been smoking for 50 years and you get a respiratory
Nice
virus.
to Gary. I don't think he's quite 60.
What is he, 58?
Hey, just because the motherfucker hadn't paid you yet, doesn't mean he kisses that.
Oh, I gave him all kinds of shit when I saw him last
So-
week too about that. Yes, I
But
did.
the fact of the matter is
he was laughing.
had he not been a lifelong smoker,
It might not have been so bad.
it wouldn't have been
Yeah.
as bad. So, I mean, it just, and I still love you, Gary, but let's face it. Choices lead to consequences.
Well, it's like
That's-
every
it is
time
what it is.
somebody who like I know they're like, well, you know, I lost a family member. My first question is, I was like, this might be insensitive. Were they fat? And they're like, yeah. And I'm
Well,
like,
they've already
no.
proven that the virus is actually far more effective based on the amount of fat cells that are in your body
Yeah,
because it
obese
uses.
people are fucking
Yep.
dropping because of it.
And it actually has to do with the fat cell content in your body.
So 0.2.
0.002.
No, 0.2.
Nope.
0.2 would be 300,000 people.
It'd be 3 million
Or
people.
3 million people.
Yeah, 688,000 have died.
Yeah,
so
so
0.02.
0.02.
Yeah, 0.02 have died.
Wait, I just did the math. Hold on.
Yeah, 0.02 of the population have died.
No, 0.2. Because if
Dude,
it
that's
was
not
next to
0.2.
it,
That's 0.002.
but that's not how percentages work.
That's exactly how percentages
No,
work.
it doesn't. If it said 1, that would
Tracy,
be 100%.
Tracy, we need a teacher
right.
to do
So
this math for us.
0.01 is 1%. 0.002 is 0.2%.
Dude, you literally just said 0.01 would be 1%. So how is
No,
0.002
yeah.
2%?
Right here. No, I said 0.2%.
Wait a minute. For a trivia question, out of the names that we gave each other for call signs on this show, what is
Yeah,
what is
I'm
mine?
gonna go with the guy who can do fucking math on the fly,
What percentage
bro.
is that?
That is 0.002.
0.002%.
So if it was 1, right? So if I did the
So
math,
it's
if I did,
10%
hold on.
would be 1.
Watch, I'll do this right,
No,
real quick. Right
Point
here.
Oh
one.
my goodness, we are not doing math on this podcast.
688,000 divided by 340 million.
Okay.
Okay.
Is 0.002.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
That is-
0.002.
If
That is less than 1%.
hold on. If that was a 1.0, that's 100%, right?
Yeah.
If it was 0.1,
That is
that'd be
1
10%, right?
Okay.
If it was 0.01,
0.002 is also known
That'd
as
be 1%.
2 1,000ths of a whole.
Yes.
2 1,000ths of a whole is actually going to calculate out to 1/20th of 1%.
yeah, so
Hey,
0.2.
John,
No.
do me a favor. Ask Siri that math problem
Yeah.
because she will get it right.
I don't
you
know
go.
Siri on my phone. I just say
That is
I don't
1/20th
blame
of 1%. 0.1 would be 10%.
Hey, Siri.
0.01 would be 1%. 0.002
Percentage of the population has died from COVID.
Oh, this will be
Okay.
interesting.
I found this on the web for what percentage of the population has died from COVID. Check it out.
Now this is probably worldwide,
This says globally, about 3.4% of reported COVID-19 cases have died.
so it's probably 2% in
No,
the United States.
That's
that's
global.
globally.
So ask the United
But
States.
hold on. That is 3.4% of COVID cases have
No.
died. That's
Yeah.
not
No.
of the total population.
That's not what he asked. He asked total population.
But that was the answer that they gave.
It said of COVID cases.
COVID
3%
cases.
of COVID cases are
Okay.
lethal. So if
in the-
42 million cases in the United States, 3% of it, would calculate out to about 0.002% of the population.
What are we? I don't even remember what we're trying to figure out here.
so
How many people died?
0.2% of the population in the United States
That's
has died from
20%.
0.2 is 20%.
0.2 is 20%,
Yeah.
which would
I
mean
need
one
a
out
pen.
of which would mean
I need-
one out
I
of
need a
5
pen.
people. 20% of one.
Anybody have a pen? Nobody has a pen.
Mediocre at math.
On the right
At
side of the
best.
decimal
No,
point,
well,
it
hold
goes
on.
backwards,
Like-
man.
Huh?
On the right side of it's 10.
No, John is
like-
just apparently mediocre at math because I can do this math.
I know exactly what I'm talking about. Right here. So this is what I'm talking
I'm
about.
math.
right
I
here.
have a criminal justice degree for reasons. I'm staying out of this
Justin,
fight.
go ahead and mute Jazz and John's mics while they do math, and Mikey and I will
I've
carry
already
this
done the
podcast.
math.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Boys, you're even losing me right now, to be honest.
Look, here's how this would break down. If you had $100, that means 20 cents of your $100 you
Died of
lost.
COVID.
That means you lost 2 dimes out of your $100.
Yep.
Are you going to notice that?
No.
Exactly. That's all that actually fucking matters. You're not going to notice the 20 cents. That has never stopped anybody.
Back to what I was saying.
Like, Scott, you recently bought a house.
Yeah.
If there was a 20-cent differential on the cost of your house, would it have stopped you from buying it?
No.
Huh?
My house costs more than $100 though. Just saying. Throw that out there.
That's true. Yeah.
You actually told me what your house cost. Hold on. I will tell you what the percentage would have been, and you can tell me whether or not.
It would not have affected it. Yeah. Because it appreciated 52% this year.
Yeah, fucking
Jesus
stupid,
Christ.
right? Would you have turned down your house for $800?
No.
That's the math. That is what 0.002.
So I'm gonna go. I think we had a
not.
podcast at one point.
We did.
where I
And
said
we lost it. I don't know what happened to it.
where I
but-
said there was a thing called acceptable loss. Now it's a harsh thing to say, right? Nobody likes loss, but there's an acceptable loss for anything somebody does ever in life, like driving and whatever, right? Like I would rather deal with the acceptable loss of people that died driving than to give up my rights to drive.
Yeah.
And I think everybody else in the United States would. And I bet that percentage is higher than the COVID percentage.
Oh, death by car the lethality rate is way higher
Oh yeah.
than.
Well, like,
But then again, nobody wants to talk about the fact that murder by hammers
are way more than rifles.
way higher than any firearm.
Yeah.
Literally,
yeah.
any firearm. There are more murders conducted with hammers than there are with any.
You know what, Jazz?
Firearm.
You just convinced me to buy a sick ass murder hammer.
Fuck
I'm
yeah.
gonna buy the coolest
Murder hammers.
murder hammer.
I saw a video
ever.
the other day of
'Cause I got some
some.
bitchin' AR-15.
Sounds like the coolest fucking band name ever.
but
Murder hammer.
I don't have a good murder hammer. And I'm gonna buy
I
me
think we
one.
could start a whole fucking company.
I got a
just on murder.
I got a
hammers.
fancy laser, and
I'd
I'm gonna
engrave that
I'm gonna
shit with
fucking
murder hammer.
out.
I saw a video of some
Fucking A.
fucking framing dude, and I guess there's some company that made like the ultimate framing hammer, and it does everything that you need it to do
except murder.
And they were, you could murder the fuck out of somebody with this hammer. It was awesome. But
Now I'd like to see the statistics on how many people have already been murdered with that hammer.
right,
I don't think they probably don't.
my
take
wife actually
brand
asked me today.
of hammer into
She could
account.
not find the logic path, and I agree with her, but she could not find the logic path on the fact that Winchester is in a lawsuit because of Sandy Hook. And she's like, I
Which is
can't.
fucked up because fucking Bushmaster is the one that made the gun.
And she's like, I can't.
Winchester makes a shit ton of ammo.
And I think that was
might be the connection.
And she was like, but I can't. She was like, I'm literally trying. And my wife is not a stupid person. She's got a master's degree, like in international relations and politics. Like,
I was like, bro, I got a master's degree. You could be dumb. Like, you could be dumb with that shit.
so she. I mean,
I
she's
know your wife. She's weird.
she's weird, but she's not dumb.
She's not stupid. She's weird as fuck, but
And
she's
she
not
was sitting
stupid.
there trying to go like, I can't find the logic path. And I'm like, well, that's because there's not one. And she was like, and I was like, look, let me put it this way. If a drunk driver hit your mom and killed her, that would be like us suing Ford.
Or suing Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah.
No, not even then. It would be like us suing Ford.
Well, Ford
Because-
was the weapon. Anheuser-Busch was the ammo.
Sure. But it would be like us suing Ford and going, well, your vehicle
Mm-hmm.
killed my
It's like,
mother.
That's like fat people suing McDonald's.
I
Now-
just
I-
don't get it. And
Now,
she's like,
I have a vehicle that
No, they
can,
don't sue McDonald's. They sue the people who make the silverware.
I have a vehicle that
Yeah.
can cause lots of death and mayhem if I wanted it to.
Yeah. You basically got a fucking murder tank.
yeah, you're just really good at hitting inanimate objects.
Right.
True.
Yeah. It blew the fuck out of that column there, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, it fucking
You blew the fuck out of a condom.
well,
He's got like 7 kids.
it was cherry flavored.
Weird. It's weird, man. It's weird as fuck.
Why do you care about the flavor of your condom?
I just got a flashback of Beldar Conehead. Fucking
Fucking blowing.
with the reservoir tip.
Holy shit.
This has gone off the fucking rails.
Not really.
This is a weird one.
Yeah. In other words, we pointed out a bunch of shit that's fucked up and we don't have any solutions for any of it. But
This isn't even a Thursday master debate.
yeah, it's fucking just going at it. John's so checked out. He's checking Facebook.
Oh,
He doesn't give a fuck
one
anymore.
other thing I want to bring up though. The Marine Lieutenant Colonel got
Colonel Schuler.
got put in
he's in
jail
jail.
today.
Oh, for what? What do you do now?
Breaking his talk, whatever they call it.
His non-disclosure agreement.
Well, yeah, or what? Yeah, it was something else. But
He had a choke order, but
yeah, they pretty much said don't say anything else, and he did.
Yeah.
And yeah, he got put in jail today.
what is it called? A gag order,
Gag order. Yep, that's it.
which is just
so,
kinky.
So, he apparently choked on something
Into that.
and got thrown in the brig.
Yeah, because if
Because
if you sent your wife a fucking
fuck the
text
leadership
message that
in
was
this
like,
country.
"Hey, 10 o'clock tonight, gag order," like that's a totally different conversation.
My wife would take that literally, and she would not open her mouth.
Same. It'd be like, oh, you think you're cute? Fuck you.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
Gag. Not what I
Again,
meant.
your wife is weird, so it doesn't apply to you.
Apparently working in my favor.
Yes, yeah. No, in this particular case, 100%. I wanted to talk about something. Jazz, how's your toes?
Fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like it's you know what I've actually so
I'm surprised I'm wearing shoes right now.
last week, actually no fuck. Well, yeah, last week, I guess technically. Less than a week ago though. Mikey and I had an experience together.
Yeah, we did.
We actually went and got pedicures.
Yeah.
Our wives were there too. The two couples went and got it done.
But it was funny when they set it up, it was like me, Jazz, and then Caitlin and Haley.
Yeah. So like our wives were like in their own thing, and then it was us.
It was the couples.
Yeah.
Yes, literally.
But
yeah.
neither one of us have ever had pedicures done before.
Well,
So 'cause-
as most men
Yeah.
your age,
So they asked us to go,
probably
and we were going to
fits,
do this thing and whatever, and it was like,
Yeah.
we're going to go get brunch, which was really breakfast, but we went to a place that serves booze. So we started drinking, and then we went to this nail salon that had a full fucking bar.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it's amazing.
holy shit.
So
now I'm gonna.
it just kept rolling.
Like I want to say, good on you, ladies, for having a full bar. But I don't know if I should say that because I don't know if it's ran by a guy or not. But
I just saw ladies in there.
Yeah.
Oh, good
We
on
were
you,
definitely
ladies.
the only two dudes
having a
in
full
the building.
bar.
There was a
in the
full bar.
fucking- That's
and
it.
and it was like, want an old fashioned? Want this, that? Like, it was a full
Yeah, it's
fucking
full
bar.
dude.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah!
it wasn't like, would you like red or white? It was a bar.
Like you
You
get,
and it
should have
was like-
invited me, and I would have sat at the bar and watched you guys get pedicures.
dude,
Oh,
I'm
no.
telling you,
The pedicure
Go
was
do
worth it.
Now,
go do it.
Now, the only thing, there was some weird experiences.
It would be hard for me to go home and tell my children I got a pedicure.
Bro,
So, but we went, so we're sitting there.
I'm telling you,
And we're
I have
like-
no shame in this game.
Yeah. But we're like asking these girls like all these questions because they kept pulling shit out. And I was like, what is that?
I got
like,
fucking offended because they used power tools on me. Nobody else got the power tool fucking treatment.
They broke out a straight up Dremel tool with a separate battery pack
It
on his
started
ass. They
fucking-
were like, I was like,
If you listen to the
But,
last podcast,
I think that was on the live feed, right?
yeah, it might have been.
but yeah, your
yeah.
trench foot.
It was bad.
But so
But all right, so you saw him last time,
I did.
and I'm gonna show you the one that you pointed out and was like, "Fuck is up with that one?" Look at these guys, huh?
Oh,
Huh? Give him a play-by-play.
they're beautiful.
it was impressive.
I don't know why you chose that color, but it's
It's called "Get Off My Lawn." Yes.
so it's a emerald green. Get off my lawn. Yeah, I can see
So,
that.
but they like,
Look at them jobs, John.
they hit us with like,
Right?
If I saw you from the ankles down, I'd want a bone.
Yeah.
To be
Right?
honest.
I
they
got
hit us with
nice-ass
like a
toesies.
hot stone massage.
How about the
and, like,
paraffin wax?
Oh, it was ridiculous.
I don't know what that is.
They
They,
put your
they literally took
put
these
your-
bags with hot wax in it, like heat it all up, and then coat your whole foot in it, and then peel it off till it's like all the dead skin and shit off.
dude. I'm telling you,
They
like,
came at me with a rock and like sanded all the shit off my heels and shit.
dude, they took this cheese grater thing and basically scraped an extra foot off my
Yeah.
fucking feet.
It
It was
was
gross.
nuts. So, but now my feet are all like super soft and shit.
I
So-
walked around on the beach all weekend, and my feet feel great right now, even though my feet are sunburned like a motherfucker. But yeah, the sand.
Yeah.
Well, sand, well, I mean, sand is the same thing as a pumice stone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it worked great.
But now my feet are all super soft, and like my wife shaved her legs and shit. I was sitting in bed last night, like rubbing the bottom of my foot up
You
and down
say
her
that
leg.
like it's not a normal thing.
I know it's a normal thing, but like before we went to bed, she went like took a bath and whatever. So she was like
It's like fresh shave.
fresh, smooth. And I was sitting there like rubbing the bottom of my foot on her leg. And I think she thought I was like trying to like play footsie or whatever. And I was like, nope, my feet are just super soft. And that feels amazing. I was like,
I'm telling you, I talked shit for a long time about pedicures.
As you should.
And no, I was wrong. I will publicly say it
think,
right
John?
now. I was wrong. Jazz, what was your color?
I don't know
called?
which ones look better, Jazz's or Mikey's.
mine's called
They had a great
summer lovin', having a blast.
Summer lovin'. That's what it was.
Hold that fucking foot up above the bar there.
Fucking hold on.
Hold it up.
I'll
Hold it up.
fucking,
We want to see it. Listeners, I think they might want to see it.
Here we go.
Ooh, Jazz, Jazz's toes should be on my feet, though.
I'll be honest. I would rather.
Jazz's toes should definitely be on my feet.
From the ankles down, if you two were next to each other, I would fuck Jazz.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's got way more.
the producer
feminine
is
feet.
telling me I need to move your drink, buddy.
Oh, yep.
I need to. Yeah.
Look at those long, skinny, goddamn feet.
I'm
That's
telling you,
weird.
dude, he's got baboon toes.
Yep. Ready?
You ready? The length of his feet are crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry, John.
You weird bastards.
That's gonna end up on Reddit, and someone's jerking to that.
Welcome to my new OnlyFans.
Hey. I'll subscribe.
Onlyfans.com/stay off my lawn.
So, yeah, fucking 100%. Dude, next time we go,
I'm telling you, dude.
get Michelle.
You should
No,
do it.
I'm
And
not.
we all
You
need
should
to
do
go.
it, dude.
No.
You know,
Dude,
and
I've
so
been around since the
Jack
beginning
and
of time.
So
Jack and
all
I
the-
had this conversation
All the
Yeah.
Freedom Friends need
because
to go.
Jack's a pedicure guy.
Does
Well,
fucking
of course
does
he
more
is.
does your chick go get her feet done?
Every once in a while.
So Jack says it like this, and he's onto something, man. He talked about it on Drinking Bros, and he was like, when he was doing like the roughneck job, because Jack used to work on the oil field, and he was a Marine, and when he did all this shit, he was never a pedicure guy,
Of course.
and he should have been. He goes, and now that I have like a bitch job and I sit at a desk and stuff, now like I get pedicures and my feet love me for it. He's like, and I should have been doing it when I did all the manly
No,
jobs.
seriously. So
And he's fucking right, dude. Like,
No,
and you don't have to get
100%.
color or any of that shit. But like,
Yeah,
fucking, I
and
should have
we
did this
just-
shit when I was a grunt, dude.
just
I
went
should have
fucking
did this
full
shit.
bore. I
Like-
100% agree. When
If
it
I
was,
did this when I was a grunt, they all would have thrown up.
I
on
did
my
it
feet.
once when I was a grunt.
Did you?
Yeah. And it was the worst decision I could have possibly ever made
Why?
because I did a ruck march the next week.
yeah.
So
I was
everything that was on my foot that kept my foot in one piece for a
I was
12
actually
to
about to-
15-mile ruck march
Yeah.
wasn't there anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, see the build
I
it
was
again.
squishing blood out of the little fucking eyelets on the inside of your boots by the arch of your foot.
All that cheese
Yeah.
grater stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
all
need
those,
that.
all
That
that,
needs-
all
you
that,
need that.
all
You
that
need that.
thickness and callus
Yep.
and everything.
Yeah, I guess
it
that
makes
makes
total
sense.
sense.
Yeah.
But now that I fucking, like Jack said, that I work bitch jobs now, fucking totally worth it.
Yeah.
100% worth it.
I'm fucking into it, dude. Like this might be like a every other month type of thing.
Wow.
By the way,
Yeah.
I want to
Just don't
figure out
fucking-
what
don't
the
walk
fuck the,
anywhere.
Fucking sold, bro.
I want to
This
figure
shit's
out what the
amazing.
process is for how they hardened this paint though, because I need to figure this out for like some other things. 'cause
Right.
This shit's like,
Like it'll never come off.
yeah,
Like this shit'll last until it grows out.
Then I will never do that.
dude.
Well,
we were literally,
we did
we
a
were,
special kind that like
we were leaving, and our wives were like, "By the way, if you want that color gone, you're probably gonna have to come back to get them to like soak it off of your feet because it's not just gonna like fade." And I was like, "You know, you could have told me that before." Mikey and I were like, "Yeah, fucking hit me with the extra." Like
It's like an automotive clear coat.
yeah,
Like,
essentially.
Well, the problem is
that's
like-
literally what it is, dude. Like they have like a fucking UV
they
light that
brought
goes
this
over your
thing out
foot.
and like, yeah,
Oh, it's a
fucking,
ceramic then.
yeah, it's like ceramic cured.
It's like fuck, dude. Like, but I will say, toes look amazing,
For a couple gay guys, they
I'd
do
foot
look
fuck
great.
me.
dude. I wish I was that flexible. I'd jerk myself off with my feet.
Wow. Well, if you want to try it.
I mean, I'm not. So no shit. There I was.
Hit the button,
On a
Justin.
podcast,
Hit the button.
I'm into dudes with tits.
What was that?
Fuck you. I'm into dudes with tits.
I'm so glad that that's a button.
I learned something new today, guys.
Oh,
All right, fucking Mikey, sign us the fuck off of here. Jesus Christ.
Justin, I just paid you today, you son of a bitch. I'm into dudes with tits. I'm into firing twinks. Save that one. I'm into firing twinks. Save it, Justin.
I'm into firing twinks with tits. Just splice it all together. There you go.
Oh, fuck. Mikey, sign us off.
Holy fuck. Yeah, guys, I'm going to raise my glass. Say thank you for being my freedom friend. Jesus, fuck.
Wow.
Oh, jeez. Like, share, subscribe, smash all those fucking buttons. Brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Again, use that code FTFO for freedom the fuck on. Screw yourself that sweet fucking 15% off. And ONLs.us. Use code FreedomFriends25 over there. Get your quarter off your order. And, you know, tell your mom.
Tell your friends.
Tell your fucking mom's friends. Butthole scarves.
Let's normalize that.
If you're in
Yeah,
Fort
right.
Worth, Dallas, Dave's up there.
Yeah,
ladies.
Dave's up there in DFW area. He'll be up there for the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a fan up there.
Yeah.
We got a teacher fan up there.
She already got a friend loving.
That's
so
true.
Maybe she'll get a second.
Hey.
So yeah, smash all those buttons, all that shit. But really, it's just 3 little words of advice that we like to give. Nothing crazy.
Johnny.
Smoke on.
Scotty.
Good cigar too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
And drink on.
And God damn it, boys. Free to fuck on. See you next time.